Clear takeoff runway 27 and Virgin 847 Papa.
This is Heathrow, Britain's busiest airport, returning to the skies after taking a pounding from the pandemic.
That's the kind of shot we want to see coming back to Heathrow, full of aeroplanes.
Now,
this is the file I've had for travelling.
In normal days, I used to fly through.
That's just a joke.
frustrated passengers are on the increase.
It's not social distancing. Can't you do something about it?
The heat makes people quite angry.
But Heathrow never gives up. With its long-suffering staff battling to give passengers hope every day.
It won't be long, guys. I'm just going to get the motor room, OK?
Did you see that?
Are you OK in there?
Taking pride over every arrival and departure. Dealing with the suspicious.
You couldn't take it on a flight, let's put it that way.
The luxurious.
And how much would you like to put on the card? 9,000?
And the ostentatious. Heathrow's existence hangs in the balance. But this is still Britain's busiest airport.
I think we're going to start picking up soon.
Terminal 2 cost $2.5 billion to construct. Its 10-acre rippling roof designed to accommodate 20 million passengers a year to travel through it. That's the whole population of Greece arriving and departing. But passenger numbers haven't been anywhere near that in recent months. In fact, Heathrow has been relegated from being the busiest airport in Europe to the 14th busiest. There is one Greek who's always at the airport.
I think we're going to get a pleasant surprise. I think we're going to start picking up.
Passenger service manager Demi has got a spring in his step.
The UEFA stand is up.
And as an ex-semi-professional footballer, the arrival of Euro 2020, albeit a year late, has also put Demi into reminiscent mood.
What were you like as a footballer?
That was all right. That was my day.
You were a dirty defender?
No, I was a goalkeeper. Yeah. I was a dirty keeper. They say they don't know how to play, but we're the most important position on that pitch, mate.
Restrictions on travel may have curbed the movements of the international footy fan, but the beautiful game is not the only sport in play today, with some springboard specialists in town.
We are the British junior diving team, and we're heading out to Croatia, Rijeka in Croatia, for the European Championships.
How many of you is there?
There's 18.
So who's the star?
The coaches and the team manager in
general. Oh, good answer.
These 12 divers are some of Britain's brightest, all hoping to follow in the golden footsteps of Tom Daley. But it looks like head coach Julian is worried about a potential belly flop with some last-minute paperwork.
Everything okay?
Yeah, no, it's just a frustration because, you know, obviously trying to travel with groups at the moment is really tricky. And we spent hours doing the COVID test, doing all of the location documents to get into the country. And when you've got a team of 19 people and you've got to suddenly, before a flight, fill in 19 sets of passenger locator forms, but we were never sent. One of those things, isn't it?
Government guidance for trips to Croatia states that passengers need to fill out their locator forms before they travel.
So what time's your flight?
Two sets of people stuck on the motorway because of rain.
God. So how much time have you got here?
I really don't know.
If you want, I can try and do my best to fast-track you when you're all ready to go.
If you can help us with that, that would be
yeah.
amazing.
I'm going to be walking around. I won't. You'll see me walking around.
There's a smile behind there, really. There is a smile in here.
And we'll do my best to fast-track you at least.
Thank you so much.
No, that's fine.
If there's one person with a black book of fast-track contacts in Heathrow, it's Demi.
Right, so just a heads up for you, mate, just a quick one. I've got a group of 19. Basically, they're the GB diving team going to Croatia. Half of them are here and just filling in some paperwork. The other half are stuck on the motorway. I might ask a favour of you for the last lot. Once they turn up, we can fast-track them. Lovely.
For the past 18 months, these juniors have been forced to train away from the diving board on Zoom.
We haven't done a competition in a while, so this is kind of, I mean, it'll be a bit different. Obviously, I think everyone's really excited, yeah.
With the plane due to leave in a matter of minutes, thankfully the rest of the team turn up and dive straight into pre-flight admin.
Everyone's here, they've just got to fill in these forms and then we can go through.
Got a bit panicky when we were not moving very fast on traffic.
We got here eventually, so.
How's your blood pressure feeling?
71 beats per minute. There you go. No drama. It was a little bit higher, it says earlier on.
Phew, Julian's heart rate is out of the red zone.
We're all ready to go. Time to get through to the other side.
It's time for the team to put aside the paperwork and get their gold medal journey underway.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
Spoiler alert! The team made a splash in Croatia, returning with a haul of 9 medals, including 2 golds. As for Demi...
Are you a bit of a diver?
A diver? Yeah, water bomb diving, that's about it. That's all the diving you'll get out of me.
Outside on the airfield, one person who may not take too kindly to playing the fool in the pool is Airside Rachel. Rachel is an officer with the Airside Standards team and has been working at Heathrow for 30 years.
Safety never gives a day off. I'll never say sorry for asking someone to work safely so they can go home to their families. I haven't changed, no, I'm still Rachel. I'd like to think I'm maybe a bit softer. Hello. Really, technically, being mum here, there's a crossing there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Morning, how are you?
Lovely to see you this morning.
Nice to see you again. So we'll do the normal. I'll pull the vehicles over.
Rachel and her colleague Hugh are randomly pulling over vehicles to give them a thorough once-over.
Hang on, I think we'll just take this one. We don't want vehicles that are not MOT standard, so brakes, lights, all the usual things. We're just going to do a quick check of your vehicle. You just pull over into the little hatched area, please.
Every driver must do a daily inspection of their own vehicle.
It's just a double check to make sure that they look after the vehicles while they're driving, things aren't falling off. Have you checked the vehicle today?
I just want to quickly.
OK, you, off you go.
Within months of the UK's first lockdown, over 44,000 workers across the aviation industry were furloughed. But with staff returning to work, it's Rachel's job to find out if any of them are a bit rusty in airport protocols.
Well, they come back from furlough and they've got out of the habit of remembering to do stuff. For me, it's always about the education and just reminding them, re-chipping them, I call it.
What are you looking for, Hugh?
Tyre condition, any tyre wear.
So far, everything seems in order.
Rachel, do you do the tyre checks as well?
Do I do the tyre checks? I know. That's what Hugh's for. My friends are going to eye roll, but I know where the petrol goes. And I know where the bonnet is and I know where oil goes. But I leave it to the experts.
Hugh immediately gets stuck in and spies a problem that neither the driver or Rachel would have spotted.
Right, his near side rear tyre's got a nail in it. You need to get that tyre looked at because there's a potential puncture.
You need to give the boss a ring and say that Rachel stopped you and you need to get the rear tyre fixed ASAP. These vehicles go on the aircraft stand. If it was to get a flat and it needed recovering, you know, that could delay the aircraft pushing, which is what we don't want. We want the aircraft to go on time. You know, if you're on holiday and you're sitting on an aircraft because you're waiting for someone to move a minibus, I wouldn't be too impressed.
There are some vehicles that escape Rachel's scrutiny. Airport police carry special driving permits that allow them to access all areas, including the apron. However, at Heathrow, planes rule the roost, and even Inspector Shard and Sergeant Dawson have to be on the lookout.
Good.
They might have over 48 years of experience between them, but sharing the taxiways with 7-storey high aircraft is still a challenge.
I'm just going to duck in here so that he knows.
Who has the priority, the planes or you?
Always the planes.
Always the planes.
Always the planes. Though, to be fair, some of the pilots do stop and wave you through and you go, no, don't do that, because I'm just going to get into so much trouble.
Of course, trouble is what the aviation police deal with best.
Let's go straight past here. We're going to... I'll get past the aircraft. You can go past the side here.
Les and Jono are on their way to meet a plane arriving from the Middle East. A passenger on board matches a name on the national watch list.
I think you just go to the edge. You've got plenty of space on the left.
This list has passport numbers of those wanted for crimes across the UK. So wherever you check in for a flight, if you're on the watch list, Heathrow's Border Force will alert the police.
Can you just quickly shout at somebody, the person coming on the flight, do you know what they're wanted for? Oh. Oh dear. Well, that sounds like someone's going inside, so, okay, cool. Right, that's helpful, thank you. Was for dangerous driving. So he's being recalled, which suggests there'll be some time at Her Majesty's pleasure at the end of all this.
Due to the seriousness of this offence, a second team have been called to assist in the arrest of the passenger.
What we got, guys? Anything griefy?
Yeah, so he's wanted for breach of court order back in Manchester, and he's got weapons markers for assaulting someone with a slipper and a fan. But he's definitely on board.
Yeah.
Bring him forthwith before the Crown Court at Manchester Minsell Street.
The arrest has to be managed carefully to ensure that the other passengers are not at risk.
The aircrew will ask everybody to remain seated, and then we'll approach the seat number we've been given. And if it's a gentleman, we'll ask him to leave the aircraft first, get out of everybody's way, and then let the aircraft disembark like normal.
Slots at Heathrow refer to an allocated window of time for an airline to land, refuel, have a brew, and set back off again. Historically, availability of slots for new airlines has been hard to come by, but as many routes aren't currently operating, opportunities have sprung up for lesser-known carriers, all of whom come under the watchful eye of Airside Rachel.
So we're going to go now and we're going to watch Logan Air coming in from the Isle of Man, and it's an ATR, which is an aircraft that has propellers.
Despite being less than a third of the size of an A380, this 48-seater ATR 42-500 plane is refusing to be outshone by the big boys of Heathrow. With its unique tartan tail registered at number 11,744 in the Scottish Register of Tartans, it's always a sight to behold when this flying Scotsman touches down. Of course, the thought of stepping on board doesn't fill everybody with joy.
I'm a really bad flyer, so I much prefer a larger aircraft. A bit like helicopters. I don't think I'd ever get in one of those either.
Fortunately for Rachel, her work keeps her feet firmly on the ground, as she'll be overseeing the plane's 1-hour turnaround.
This aircraft was delayed this morning because of fog. We don't want any delays to the passengers. We want to get out quickly. We've got the bags waiting to go, which are over there, and then hopefully soon the passengers will be down. It's a very quick turnaround, this aircraft, which again can add to people rushing and then possibly being hurt.
This plane has come from the Isle of Man, 251 miles away, and is only a handful of flights where the passengers disembark via the tarmac, which sets Rachel's safety alarm bells ringing.
I mean, if you see, the propellers are quite low, so that's at child's head height as well as, you know, our head height. You're right there. Because it's an unusual aircraft to see, everyone wants to have a look around it and see how it works.
ATR aircraft, first time I've seen it at Heathrow.
Heathrow's titan of training, Alan Hoskins, is out in force to ensure the ground handlers know what they're doing.
We don't want our staff out on this aircraft untrained.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the people standing around saying, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. One, it looks bad on the company, and two, obviously it delays the customer's bags.
This propeller plane holds fewer than 70 suitcases, But how to get those suitcases is causing some confusion.
Ask the captain. His hatch is open. As I said about unusual aircraft, like we've all got a key for the car, there's a key for the boots. So obviously in there is where everyone's bags are, and we can't get them out until we get the key for the boots.
But as it turns out, even with the key, not all boots are made equal.
But apparently not. Hand in there, pinch it together, open up here, and then just activate the dials to open the door. And there's like a little elbow inside that locks the door up.
The boot conundrum may have delayed arriving passengers' bags very briefly, but more perturbing for this turboprop propeller plane is its return flight may now be in jeopardy.
So the same humidity is really high, 100% humidity.
And what's the temperature?
13 degrees. It's cold.
It is cold.
Oh, that's not good at all.
What, is that what it's been blown?
Yeah. It's a thick fog in the Isle of Man.
Thick fog has descended upon the Irish Sea, grounding all air traffic on and off the island.
So when do we get the next fog update?
So I just spoke to
Foggate.
and he's just said that they can get in, the ATRs can get in, but the jets can't.
Right.
For some reason. And he said that the fog at the moment in the Isle of Man is below the legal limit.
Right.
Until it goes above the legal limit, they won't leave.
Right. I think that's the thing, if you're departing and you can see the weather's really nice here and then you're told we can't go because there's fog, it's like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Late departures can cost airlines thousands of pounds in eye-watering fines. With bank balances hit hard during the pandemic, airlines can barely afford any extra costs or delays.
He's had a message to say, really bad weather in the Isle of Man, stay where you are. So this should have gone now.
Sadly, this plane and its departing passengers are going nowhere. At the other side of the terminal, a plane has landed with a passenger on board, wanted by the police.
Crew have just turned up. We're looking good, 564.
Every day, Heathrow's aviation officers make numerous arrests on arriving and departing planes for varying crimes.
I think you wait till it turns into the stand because everyone's just gone next door.
Oh, it could well be moving across that one, couldn't it?
Inspector Shard and his team head on board to arrest the wanted passenger.
Call him forward, that'd be great, yeah.
Unaware of the passenger's reaction, the police have to be prepared for anything and are armed.
Are we happy ID-wise?
We're happy that's him, yeah? Cool, right.
We've got the right person.
Okay.
We're gonna get out in the van, we'll get you through the right place.
Without any resistance, the passenger agrees to go quietly.
So show your passport, get your luggage. We're going to take you to Polo Park Police Station, book you in there, and then I think Manchester's going to come and possibly take you up to Manchester.
Just before you get in, mate, can I take your bag off you? And if you've got a phone or anything in your pocket, yeah?
How many bags have you got? Like suitcases?
Just
Two?
one.
One more?
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
No problem.
Can
Come round,
I
mate.
just take that water off you? Is that all
Yeah,
right, mate?
sorry, buddy.
Thank
We'll get it all back when we go through. All right, grab a seat in there, mate. It's not the best, but it's all right.
Having broken the rules of his suspended sentence, this passenger could now face prison for up to 2 years.
All right, sorted.
He wasn't at all surprised to see us, so he was fully expecting to be arrested when he got off the plane.
I suspect they're probably hoping that we won't be here, but when they see us, it's like, right, well, this was coming, so.
They know we might be.
At gate 224, airside Rachel is still waiting for her Logan Air flight to depart. It's been grounded due to the weather on the Isle of Man.
If they've got thick fog in the Isle of Man like they're saying they can't accommodate the aircraft, this will sit here.
We've just put the passengers back up into the gate room and they need to wait for 20 minutes and then hopefully the weather might have cleared enough for them to be able to take off. It's like Windy Miller.
While safety aficionado Rachel's superpowers don't extend to eliminating the elements,
Hi, can I fault a leaking roof, please?
she is a dab hand when it comes to passenger safety.
Just spotted a leak from the building down, which is where the passengers are going to walk out. Not really how I'd like to get a shower before I go to the Isle of Man. Sorry, it's me again. I forgot to say. Mate, it's me. How many me's do you know?
With the flight already delayed by 20 minutes, Rachel has to act pronto, so the passengers are ready to board once the fog clears.
I'm on 224. There's something leaking from the roof, water, I think it is. I've rung engineering, but it is really coming down, actually. It's coming down in several places. So what I've done is I've given airfield operations a ring. So I just want to make sure that it is safe, because you can actually see now it isn't just dripping, it's actually pouring down. To me, it seems to be getting worse, not better. It's not how I want people to think Heathrow. I might have to look for a plan B for them. Are you going to be happy bringing the passengers where the water's chucking down from the roof?
I don't know, I think they're coming out of there, to be honest with you, aren't they?
No, they will come out.
No, I thought they were coming out of this door.
Ain't too clever, is it?
I've reported it.
Yeah.
Would you like me to cordon it off?
Yeah,
cordon it off the
please.
cones?
Can do, yeah.
Crisis averted with the help of the humble traffic cone, invented in the 1940s, the same era that Heathrow came into existence.
Is the fog lifting?
Yeah, the fog is lifting because the temperature is rising, but that's as good as it's gonna get now. So.
And with the passenger pathway now clear, it looks like this patient propeller plane won't be fobbed off by the fog any longer.
The fog is starting to breeze away, which is good. And so by the time they get back to the Isle of Man, it should be all good for them to land. Sorry, I'm just watching. We've got some youngsters there and Teddy going on holiday as well, from the looks of it. Just make sure they don't make a break for it. We're just waiting now for the captain to get permission from ATC. Like a tiger?
Oh, stop.